Well, hello everyone. Looks like I'm just on time for today, so like normal, we'll give a couple seconds for people to filter in. Um, yeah, welcome to the early show. Apologize ahead of time if you hear my dog moving around in the background. She's been like, I don't know what the hell's going on, nervous Nelly or something today. She's just been pacing all over the place. So stomach was hurting her yesterday, so that could be something out of it, but who the hell knows? But yeah, welcome everyone. Hope everyone is having a great start to the week. Can't believe it's already halfway through October already. Well, a third the way through October already. In my opinion, that's moving way too quick, but that's just me. Feels like feels like literally just yesterday was the end of September. So I don't know where the last 10 days have gone. They just out of nowhere. But yeah, don't have a ton of stories here for this evening, but just figured we'd, like normal, touch on whatever anyone wants to talk about. You know, just looking through some news stories. Most of the stuff right now we're seeing is revolving around everything going around in the Ukraine, which honestly I don't care. I should, but I don't. Um, everything's going to get blown out of proportion as normal, and then whatever happens, happens. I mean, there's nothing I can do to really worry about it. There's nothing I can do to control it, so thus, I don't give a shit about it. I just don't. Um, but that's just my mindset. But yeah, so we got that. We got uh, the whole Fed doing everything to make it so people who are caught with marijuana don't go to prison anymore, despite the fact that for the last however many decades we've been filling the prison system with that. I mean, I'm all for people that like. I don't think people that possess or smoke weed should be going to prison. That's just my personal beliefs. It's not something I care to like jump into. I'm not a pot smoker. I don't. It's not my thing. But I don't knock anyone that does. It's you do you, boo boo. But yeah, I feel if we're gonna start doing stuff where we're gonna start stating that these people don't go to prison, then anyone that has been in prison should instantly get released. Um, and then it's tough from that standpoint on because when you go to prison, it obviously affects lives. It affects your background checks. It affects you getting a job. It affects especially people that have been in there multiple years for possession. Like it breaks up families. It does a lot of stuff. So is there some sort of compensation that has to be involved with that? Maybe, but if there is compensation, who's that? And the day pockets come out of us. So it's a weird line. I haven't really put too much thought into it. How I see it, how it should play out in my head, but that's just me. But yeah, we'll see where that goes. Outside of that, see what else is going on in the news. So apparently the news is actually some of the news agents. This I found interesting. Some of the news agencies that I've checked up on stuff with have actually started reporting that the polls are up for Scary Orange Man. I don't know why they're doing this. That's something it's kind of shocking to me because not just like Fox News that's doing this, but um, is it trying to drive people to head out to the polls? Is it trying to scare people? Is it trying just to be honest with people? I don't know. But that was something I found interesting. I had come across that briefly earlier today. Yeah, Tulsi Gabbard's no longer part of the Democratic Party. Honestly, she's a 50-50 flip for me. I You might be for right now. Usually people start filtering in about 10, 15 minutes in, Bjorn. But yeah, so when it comes to Tulsi, like, again, 50-50. I hate her stance on the Second Amendment. She's not strong at all on that, which is a big voting block for me. So from that standpoint, don't like her. But on other stuff, I do like her on. So it's, whatever. She's not going to be a first choice for me at all, but she's she's where she is. So yeah, Dwayne, she's a FUD at best. I agree. I agree. But she's better than a lot of what I'm seeing out of the left. So if it's gradual steps into the right direction, who knows? Outside of that, as I said, pretty much all the stuff is all in Ukraine. Like everything I'm seeing is in Russia's rocketing Ukraine again. Ooh, they've done that for 6 months. Like, um, like, yeah, there ain't shit going on. But you guys got any topics? Feel free to throw them in. I'm still, I know from last chat, I know some people were asking me about my next gun purchases and stuff, and I had stated how I was hoping to get up to the gun shop this weekend. Made it up north, didn't have time to make it to the gun shop. I got sidetracked. I met a friend for lunch. She ended up getting there late, so I got stuck behind like 30 minutes later than I wanted to. And then hacking is bad in your neck of the woods. Like, are they hacking like infrastructure or like what are they hacking, Dwayne? Hacking is bad in my neck of the woods. Um, yeah, I'm curious to hear more about that. But yeah. So long story short, I got stuck at lunch, and then by the time lunch was done, like I had to get up to my buddy's. He's having a diaper party, so I had to get up to that quickly. So pretty much like the hour and a half I had budgeted for going to the gun shop, looking around, potentially buying something, yada yada, was just out the window. That got burned between waiting for my friend for lunch, and then lunch ran late, and it was just a headache. So, but I am going up again, or I'm supposed to be going up again this weekend. They're actually having an industry day, so they're having like Glock, Canik, Sig, uh, Savage. It's like a handful of manufacturers up there, and so they have also a range there. So the manufacturers are bringing all their latest and greatest crap, whatever. And there's a chance to try stuff out at the range. So let's see what all goes up there, and nothing else. Should be an interesting day, but that's like 90% planned what I'm gonna do this weekend. So we'll see. But hopefully I pick something up. It'd be nice too. I haven't bought a gun since. I'm trying to think the last time I actually bought a gun. Usually I average one every couple months, but since moving out here back in March, I haven't bought any. Um, I did complete building a gun that was in progress already, so I guess that kind of counts. But outside of that, I think the last time I bought a gun was like January. So beginning of the year, and it's what, October now? So now granted I did go kind of crazy at that time. I bought two guns. I bought my Savage Access in 308 and I bought my 1917 Savage pistol. So, or I'm sorry, my 19, is it 1907 or 1917? Now I'm questioning it. 1907. It's a 1907. But yeah, so I bought that as well. So we will see. But yeah, be cool to pick up something again, and hopefully I don't go too crazy. I have horrible impulse buying skills when it comes to purchasing firearms. I don't know if anyone else does that, but I will literally go into a shop and just like, oh, I need this and this. Really, airports, air, oh, Jesus, fucking words. Airports and ATMs, grocery stores and gas stations. Interesting. I get airports maybe, especially if you're like a foreign power, disrupt disrupt air traffic. Jesus. Um, ATM ATMs. That's curious, but I wonder how. Like every time someone says hacking an ATM, all I can think of is John Connor in Terminator 2, where he like slips the thing in, has a little keypad, he types in, and then money comes out. That's what I think of, but I'm sure they can just steal like financial card data and account data or something somehow through an ATM. Ugh. Grocery stores and gas stations. Don't know unless they're hacking the credit card machines to get people's financial data. That's the only thing I can think of. Bjorn says I have not bought in a year. Yeah, as I said, January I bought, and then before January, shit, I don't even know because there's a big part of time in 2021 where I didn't have a job because I got laid off from one and then was trying to find another. Um, but yeah, so I don't even know before January when the last time I bought a gun. I want to say probably like March or something. No, I bought over the summer of 2021 for when Matt did his this old gun challenge. But then I bought it, did what I needed for it, and then sold it. So what's up south of the border? Um, oh, so they're shutting them down completely. So they're just like shutting down the grocery stores, shutting down the ATMs. Interesting. Have not had that here, thankfully. Not that I really use ATMs that much, to be honest. Like, most of the time when I get cash, it's like cash back on like when I buy groceries or something. Yeah, Seth Bohr says last pew pew you bought was 2020. I bought a couple in 2020. It was tough though with the gun price, like with prices being what they were. I had a hard time buying anything in 2020. I'm trying to think. I think the only gun I bought in 2020 might have bought something early in 2020 before prices shot through the roof. But I think the only thing I really bought in 2020 was that my Argentine Mauser for the zombie gun challenge. I think. Pretty sure. I say that now. It was either very late 2020 or very early 2021. I bought my AK pistol, and my CZ82. So it could. That's a tough one. I don't remember exactly when I bought those, but Grumpy Bear says I assembled my SHTF AR-15 in 2020. Yeah, I did that as well. Or no, 2019 I built an AR-15. Yeah, I'm sorry, 2019 I built my last AR-15. Jesus, it was a long time ago I built my last AR. Yeah, I assembled a gun earlier this year, over the summer here. That's the only. I'd already bought technically the firearm aspect of it, but that's the only gun I built or I really had, and that I bought the lower parts for. Actually, that I think I bought in 2020. I think I bought that in 2020 as well. But, or maybe again, early 2021. Because like end of 2020, early 2021, I kind of went on a weird spree for a little bit because I didn't get to fly home for Christmas. And I was like, well, screw it. I'm going to buy myself a bunch of Christmas gifts. Check out, last gun I bought was that stripped lower last year. Which stripped lower was that, Ohio Patriot? Check out that new Bull Armory Cherokee Cleaver. Price is right, features are awesome. Bull Armory Cherokee Cleaver. What is this? Cleaver? Wait, what? Full Armory Cleaver. I've never heard of this. That's interesting. It kind of that's goofy barrel. That's goofy with like the slide in the barrel. It kind of reminds me of like a mix of a like it has aspects of like Smith in it, but then it has like some CZ looking stuff and some Glock stuff. It's interesting. Huh. I wonder how like I've never heard of those. I wonder how they perform and stuff. South of Border says I built my race CZ over 2021 to 2022. Let's hit the thumbs up. Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, it was tough building guns over. Sorry, I'm gonna let my dog out here. It was tough building guns over like 2020 to literally this year because prices were still for stuff so insane. And trying to find stuff was a pain in the ass too. Like I remember I had my I'd bought a Helwan pistol like sometime in like 2019, and it had some issues. I was trying to find like replacement parts for it, and not like everything was gone. There's a couple other guns I was trying to find replacement parts for, and it was tough. It was tough. You had to really kind of hunt around, and like when you found something, had to jump on it, otherwise it'd be gone. Grumpy Bear says found a smoking deal at a local shop. Had a Strike Eagle 1x6 Arrow M4 and a Here barrel for 400. That's a good deal. That is a good deal. I'm assuming he says means heavy barrel. Whatever was on sale at the time, I think it's an Anderson. It's what became the base for my first AR. Okay, yeah, so my first AR was actually a mag. It was a MagTech lower. So it's like that magnesium ultralight lower. I'll be honest. I mean, I had a couple of thousand rounds to it, and it was fine. It held up fine. But then my current AR is a Anderson lower, which I know people harp on Anderson lowers all the time, and I get it. Like sometimes you get one, it's tough to put the pins in, whatever. But like, I know plenty of people that run Anderson lowers that, yeah, sometimes you have a hiccup with them, just like anything. You sometimes get a hiccup, but plenty of people have them and they run fine. So I don't know. 2019 was the year of the revolver for me. Yeah, I haven't bought a revolver in a while. Actually, that's when I bought my CZ82. I got my little barkeep. So yeah, that was late 2020, early 2021. South of Border Panda says, "Are you ready for Halloween Ends?" I am. I'm not going into it as hyped up as I was for the last Halloween. Just because like that first Halloween when they did the continuation was amazing. I loved it. Went into it with no expectations, was blown out of the water. Second one, I made the mistake of going in with the same exact expectations, and it was good for most of it, but then that ending really pissed me off. So this one, I'm not going in with any expectations again. But yes, I am looking forward to it. I'm hoping this weekend I get to go see it. Potentially Saturday after I'm done at the gun shop with their stuff. It all depends on if I pick up the lady and she wants to go or whatnot. If not, I might go Sunday. Dwayne says, check out Scooch's video on the bull. Okay, I'll have to check him out. Yeah, because I've never heard of, like, I've never seen one. I've never heard of it, so I'll have to check his video out on it. Angry, have you repaired a crack in the stock? I have, several. So it depends on the size of the crack, but my Spanish Mauser had multiple cracks in it. My Argentine Mauser was actually, for the most part, pretty good. It was more dings that I had to repair in that, really no cracks. My SKS had cracks in it. I had to repair. One was right on the tang. I had to fix that. So what I've always done with those, it depends again on the crack. I get sanded down. I fill it full of wood glue, and I actually have like clamps and stuff like that. I'll press it, depending on, again, where it is, how you can angle it and stuff. But I pressed it, let the wood glue sit, and then filled in the very top of the crack with filler, sanded it down, and then recoated it. So, and it's on both of those guns. It held up fine. The 308 Mauser I sold years ago, but I ran a couple hundred rounds through it and never had an issue with it. And then the SKS is still running strong with it. So, Grumpy Bear 2011 Gen 1 Stag Arms 1400. Jeez. You can stream it on Friday for $10 on Peacock. Oh, that's not too bad then. I might just do that then. Well, it depends. If she wants to go, we'll go to a movie and see it. If not, then I can just do that on Sunday from home because I think I have Peacock. Pretty sure I do because I think I got it for Yellowstone. Um, so yeah, I have a picture of it I can send from Discord. Yeah, Bjorn, send it over to me on Discord. Yeah, because I can take a look at it. Dwayne Christensen, does mixing sawdust and epoxy work? Honestly, I've never tried. Epoxy is kind of expensive. And it's not saying that epoxy is bad, but I don't know. I've always had just luck with the wood glue. Again, the cracks I've had to deal with are like I've never had a stock that's actually like two pieces I've had to put together. It's like cracked, and like even when it's cracked, it's not like wobbly or something like that. It's just like, okay, here's a clear crack. Like there's some movement, but it's very little. So just fill it with the glue, press it, and I've always been good. Acra glass is what you're planning to use on the crack. It may work. Grumpy Bear says, I've got an Anderson laying around, ordered a Palmetto LPK, 100 bones, see where that does. That's what I have in my current rifle, is I have an Anderson with a lower parts kit from Palmetto State, went in no problems. I bought it because when I had the Anderson, I bought the lower parts kit and the upper, like they came together or whatever, and just boom. You have a different username on Discord. Okay. Well, shoot me a message if you can just shoot me a message with the picture, because I'm still under. Actually, now that I say this, so on Discord I am under. I'll just drop it in the chat here if people want to send me a message. Holy fuck! I know, riveting conversation, right? You know what? We'll just do it this way. I should probably put my Discord actually in the chat itself going forward, so maybe that's something I can change up, because there's my Discord name if you want to send me a photo. You run Ruger lowers that you got for 25 beans a price? Jesus. Yeah, well, lucky you getting them for 25 bones a piece, because I think when I bought my Anderson, because again, we're looking at like 2019 that I bought it, because I had sold a couple guns earlier in the year for money for a trip, but then I was like, I can't just sell these guns and not get something out of it. So I picked up like a lower and something. I forget what else I picked up at the time. I picked up a lower. I think at the time it was on sale for like $40, and it was just a stripped lower. And I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. Like $40, cool. Yay, I got technically a gun. So Grumpy Bear, do you only go to the gym or do you do other types of fitness like getting out with a ruck and some armor? So now that I've been back here in Pennsylvania, primarily I'm just going to the gym, but because winter hasn't arrived yet, I still go out and walk every day. So I get an hour lunch every day for work. I go out and I walk for at least 45 minutes on that hour lunch. And then after work, pretty much every day, I go out and I walk for usually at least an hour, sometimes an hour and a half, sometimes more. And there's just a couple different routes I take around here. Like I'm not rucking it with armor or anything like that. when I can get out, like I think I've gone out twice, been able to get out twice to actually like on like a weekend to some hiking paths and stuff. On those, I will load up a bag. I haven't thrown armor on for a while. When I lived out in Arizona, I did wear my plate carrier, and I usually wear it under stuff, especially in the cooler months. And I would hike the trails and things like that. I did that usually once or twice a month. I'd get out with that if I wasn't just doing normal walking around town. Problem with my plate carrier now, though, is my plate carrier is completely set up, so I have to take everything off to put it on to actually like go hiking someplace. Because I don't have access to private land where I can just go hike around. I have to actually hit like hiking trails or walking trails in the state parks, and they frown upon you when you're all kitted out walking around. So I don't do that. So I'll just again load up a bag or something like that and carry it around. But yeah, so I do when I can. Long story short, when I can, I will do that on top of just going to the gym. But right now, just going to the gym is just the easiest for me. Um, and even that's a pain in the ass because I have to drive much farther for the gym where I'm at now. But it is what it is. Dwayne Christensen says Kimber Mako for $3.99 beans, worth getting. So I can't speak much to Kimbers. I've known a couple people with them that have had issues. I know other people with them that haven't had issues. So I myself haven't had enough time behind one to say whether or not it has issues or not. The Makos, that's like their small little like weird polymer thingy, right? I could be. Hold up. Let me look this up. Mako. Okay, yeah. So that's like their little polymer handgun. I mean, I have a feeling that they're probably not as tight fitting as like their 1911s and stuff are. So 400 beans, probably worth it because anything with Kimber on it obviously is going to bring a higher price point, whether it really is deserving of it or not. It's like HK. So yeah, for 400 beans, I'd say it's probably worth it. I don't know what those guns are going for new, but I would have to assume it's probably over 5. So yeah. Okay, you sent the pictures of your stock. Let me see what we got. Here we are. Ooh, okay, so that is. Let me pull these up here. Oh, okay. So you got it right in where the trigger guard comes out. You got it right in there. It looks like, and then this other one looks like it's right on. Okay, so that's still where the trigger guard goes in, but it's right in the pistol grip. It's not pistol grip. It's right in the grip area itself. Yeah, that's a hefty crack. I've never had to deal with a crack that bad. Something like that, and depending on the caliber, like if it's something smaller, like 22 caliber or something like that, you'd probably be completely fine with just normal glue. But that's something that deep and heavy because that looks like it goes all the way through. Like there's not a lot of wood there left. So that I would definitely probably go with a heavier epoxy or something like that. Fill it in, let it set. There's really nothing you can do to press it either because it's like it's well, for lack of anything better around. And unfortunately, I don't have a light here, but it's like if you took obviously this is a Mosin, it's a different setup. But if you took like this trigger guard area out, the crack itself is in like this area and then up and around the hand guard here. It looks like it wraps all the way around. I could be wrong on that. So there's nothing you can really do to press those two pieces together. So I would fill in this, like fill in all the areas you can. Now that's the area that's underneath the trigger itself. That once you fill it in, you can probably press it. Like get those clamps you can get at like Harbor Freight and stuff, and like clamp it together once you get that epoxy in there, and then hit the handle. Like this area here is going to be the toughest, just because like filling that all in, there's again no way to really press it. But But as long as this area is strong, hopefully this you get enough stuff in there, and then put filler in over it. Hopefully it should hold. And again, don't know what caliber you're looking at with that rifle. So the spicier the caliber, the unfortunately the bigger risk you run of it not holding up. But Grumpy Bear says, I found a couple deals and picked up some AR-500 plates off eBay and a TAC 511 carry. It looks more CrossFit than it does anything. Yeah, it's kind of funny. Like now you can find like those CrossFit like weighted vests and stuff like that, which a lot of those are like cheap ass plate carriers with like not even like real plates in them. It's just weird like sandbags and stuff in them. But that's what my plates are, just AR-500 plates. And I'll tell you what, you don't realize what a difference, because when you hold the plates, you're like, okay, yeah, these are hefty, but like they're what, like an extra 35 pounds or something, maybe 30 pounds, whatever. When you're hiking around with those in like a plate carrier, it's like, holy shit, this makes a world of difference. So yeah, it's a great weight vest. I mean, it definitely makes a world of difference. It's a 30-30. You should be fine. Winchester 94, pre-64, it was my grandfather's. Yeah, you should be fine. As I said, I'd fill in that well first with some epoxy, some heavy-duty epoxy. Clamp it, let it set, and then fill that handle in and see where it goes. It almost looks like that crack leads into that handle, so I'm curious. Dwayne Christensen says, JP Morgan Chase experts saying if Fed has another raise, it will trigger a recession. I'm surprised it hasn't triggered one already, to be honest. I'm just waiting for it. I mean, I think everyone by this point knows when's coming. And I mean, I've lived through recessions before. They suck really, really bad. But again, it's the best you can do is just prepare as much as possible ahead of time. And wait it out. It's kind of Grumpy Bear says it's called the Tech Trainer. That sounds like some Wish.com like Condor vest knockoff. The Tech Trainer. I know you said it was what, 511 or something. What? That sounds like a weight vest or like a CrossFit vest or something. And then Dwayne Christensen, JP Chase, came out and said that. Yeah, I mean, again, I'm surprised we're not in one already. It honestly, with how things have been going and where stuff is in the world, and you're seeing people's annual expenses go up by 8, 9, 10%, and companies are still going, oh, well, we'll give you a 3% annual raise. No. Like I work in recruiting, so I work for an independent recruiting company, and we deal with clients all across the country. Some of them are absolutely amazing, and others we have to educate the hell out of them because they don't get it. Like I have one client that they'll sit there and say like, "Oh yeah, we'll give you a 7% annual bonus." It's like, I'm not going to pitch that to someone because that's nothing. Like no one cares. It is. I also do, but get those looks either. Grumpy Bear says, "Yeah, that." So the worst I ever had with my vest, because I used to go up when I was in Arizona, I'd wear like something like this, like just a hoodie. I'd have my vest on underneath, put the hoodie on over it, and then because there wasn't like the pouches and stuff on the vest at the time, it was just the vest. And go hike around, whatever, and like just add the extra weight. Usually have a bag or something with me too. And the one day I went up to this place called South Mountain. It overlooks all of the Phoenix. Well, technically all of the Phoenix Valley, but it really mainly overlooks like Phoenix itself. There's a great outlook out there or overlook out there. It's awesome. But I went up there, went hiking. It was October time, and as I was hiking down, they had the Phoenix PD class or whatever the hell it is come running up with the flag and doing their cadences and stuff. So they had passed me, and I got down a little bit further to another spot, turned around, came back. So they had passed. By the time they had passed me, and I had walked back to my car, which is at this overlook, it had been over an hour. So I'm like, oh yeah, they probably ran off past, like loaded up on their police bus or whatever, went back to the, whatever the training facility. Nope, nope. They're all just kind of standing around, putzing around in the parking lot. So I'm sitting there like, well, I'm not driving home. Like I got there, taking the vest out of the back of my car. No one had been up there yet because it'd been early morning, thrown it on, and then threw the hoodie on over it. I'm like, I'm not driving home in this because I had like a 45-minute, hour-long drive home. But I'm like, I really don't want to do this in front of all them because they're gonna freak out or something. So it's just like, screw it. If I get looks, I get looks. Like, thankfully nothing. But I was getting looks out the wazoo. So I was just like, Jesus Christ. Main reason I became a nurse is it's recession proof. I can walk out and find a job in hours as a male. Yeah, no, it's true. It's food, making sure people eat, and making sure people have health care. Those are two pretty big industries that are pretty recession proof. Yeah, I'm not talking about doing a nut and fancy red skies expedition. uh, Dwayne Christensen says, have a Red River plate carrier with AR-500 level 4 plates, total weight about 26 pounds, huge workout, hiking just 2 miles. Yeah, you don't realize like the difference of that couple pounds. I say a couple pounds, but 25 to 30 pounds, like it makes a world of difference. Because I used to hike, there would be trails I'd hike all the time, and granted, depends on the weather and stuff like that. But I was at the point I could hike them and just be like, yeah, that felt good. Like I'm not really out of breath or anything like that. It just felt like a good, nice, casual, scenic walk. Like I know I got some low level cardio and got some fresh air and everything. I'd throw that vest on and just be like, I'd get back to my car and be like, kill me now. Yeah, doing a stairmaster with yep, 10 to 20 minutes of jelly. I love stairmasters, but I hate stairmasters at the same time. Like, oh, Red Rock, not River. Okay. Yeah, doing a stairmaster. I used to also do. I would do especially during 2020, like when the gyms were closed down for a little bit. I would throw my plate carrier on and I would go outside in the summertime. Also sucked, but so I'd have to have gloves on because we had like concrete patio. But you do like push-ups and burpees and that. And I'll tell you what, just alone doing push-ups and burpees out in the heat is enough. But like when you add in a, you know, 25, 30-pound plates and carrier, like that thing was soaked. Well, Bjorn, shoot me a message on well, I can shoot you a message here on Discord and stuff. We can connect sometime this week or next week. Um, I can see what we have on our roster. I'm always happy to help people find jobs, see if there's something, we have that might line up with what you're looking for. If there's any specific industries and all that good stuff. Always happy to have a conversation. Ammo and battle belt would kill. Be ripping the next day. Yeah, I was actually just talking to my like I have a battle belt and like I will incorporate that with the vest. Like not usually when I'm out hiking and stuff, but like it is part of my kit. And I've worn it around some just to kind of get used to it. But um I was at my buddy's diaper party this past weekend. His cousin is a cop for one of the colleges up. It's like the satellite locations for Penn State or something. And he was telling me how much like his back, and he's older than me. I think he's 36 or 37. Um, and he's a bigger guy. Like he's not in really great shape or anything like that, but he's not in horrible shape either. But he was telling me his back's shot because he has to wear a duty belt all day long. They will not authorize him to wear an actual like outer vest. His ballistic vest that he has to wear has to be underneath the uniform. So he's like, yeah, my back kills from like carrying that shit around all day. Like he's like, I got handcuffs digging into my back all day, 6, 7 days a week. Um, so yeah, belts can weigh down, and like my duty belts aren't loaded to the gills either. Like they have enough stuff on them, but um, I try to carry. Grumpy Bear says try to carry at least 2 liters of water when I go out for more than an hour. Oh yeah, whenever I would go out, and especially in Arizona, and everyone says, "Oh, it's all this heat and blah blah blah." Like it must be. It's completely different type of heat, being that dry heat from the humidity heat. Um, like just here in Pennsylvania, being back here this summer, I sweat more in 2 months than I did 5 years out there because there, yes, it's hot, but you don't sweat. The water just evaporates out of your body and you dehydrate before you know it. So whenever I would go out hiking or anything like that, I'd always have a couple liters of water on me. Even though 99% of the time I was just doing hikes around town, like hitting, like we used to have a trail that literally wrapped through the towns. So really there's nothing that could happen to you unless like, I don't know, someone came out and like broke your legs or something, but even then you can crawl up the hill and hit a main road. It's not like you're gonna be out in the middle of nowhere, but I'd still always bring water with me because or I'd usually bring water with me and then while walking that trail would get off at some point to like a local gas station that I knew there was one and re-grab some water or something. But whenever I'd hit the actual like parks they have out there up in the mountains or out in the desert or something, always had a ton of water on me. So yeah, Kansas now familiar with humidity. Yeah, it's the only time I honestly experienced humidity the entire time I was out there was I did in 2018 a long weekend trip to Missouri, and that kicked my ass because I had to experience humidity again. And by that point, I had been over a year without humidity, and just to have it come back, I was like, whoa, this is weird. So yeah, so when I came back here this summer, it kicked my ass, but is what it is. My body will adjust. I just takes time. So, but yes, water is extremely important. I never ended up getting actually. That's a lie. I think I do have a Camelback someplace. It's on one of my bags. I just don't remember which. So I have to. I should go through my bags again and dig through them because I don't think I've touched any of my bug out bags or get home bags or whatever bags since I moved here. Because when I was unpacking stuff, I went through stuff, but that was over 6 months ago. So it's about time. Think about changing your chest rig because you can't incorporate water in your existing system. Yeah, I mean, it may be worth it. As I said, like I have one bag. Now that I think about it, I do have a bag that has a hydration pack in it. Um, Now that I think about it, I do have one of those. So that's my typical like whether I'm throwing on the plate carrier or another vest, that's my typical go-to bag. But if I'm just grabbing the vest and stuff, I don't have any sort of like my plate carrier doesn't have any sort of water on it. My actual like vest I have because I have a old um fuck what's the word I'm looking for? It's like an LBE type vest that I have water system on it. It's just cantinas, but still it's better than nothing. Dwayne says have 4 mags for my pistol, med pack, tourniquet, knife, multiplier. Yeah, yeah, it's a good setup. I mean, if there's a way to get a hydration, because I know they have with like the Molly vest, they have the hydration. They're like the small hydration packs that you can just put like on the back of a Molly system, so that way you have access to water. I've been thinking about getting one thrown on my plate carrier because I don't have anything on the back of my plate carrier, like the actual back section. Been debating on getting like a standalone one. That way, if I just wanted to grab my plate carrier, I'd still have um, medical, spare ammo, light, and then I'd have some water as well. So, Angry, have you heard of source water bladders? Eberlstock primarily uses them. Their technology works so you don't get that old moldy water taste. I have not. Whenever I've utilized, and again, like it, obviously it depends, but whenever I've utilized my hydration bladder in the past, I think I've only used it 2 or 3 times. Um, I always cleaned out afterwards. Like I think it's from years of utilizing the gym and drinking enough. I just did actually this morning. Um, Drinking enough protein, you know, drinks out of shakers that weren't properly washed kind of taught me my lesson. So every now and then again, I'll forget, and yeah, it sucks. But I pretty much drilled that into my head. Like as soon as I use something like that, bring it home. The first thing I do is I wash it. Um, just because I don't want to run into that nastiness. Because it's oh god, it's fucking horrible. Ugh. But yeah, I should probably do like a chat with because it's been probably a couple years since I did any like my bug out bags or anything like that. I might do a maybe one of these chats coming up. We'll do like a bug out bag chat or something like that. Especially if I can get the rest of the crew on there or something. Just kind of go through our different systems that we utilize and because I have several different bags. Like I have my get home bag, I have my bug out bag, I have my like really bug out bag. Like I got to go live in the woods for a couple months bag. Probably like build a shelter and stuff bug out bag. Um, so I have a couple. Check out Grail Tool. They are a water purification bottle. Grail Tool or Grail 2. Okay. Um, I'll have to check into them. I have, from a water purification standpoint, like I have the tablets, I have all that good crap. I have a couple water filters. Trying to think. I think I have like a collapsible bottle that has like a built-in filter, but I don't remember if I still have that or not, or if I gave that away. Because there was a point where I was getting like all sorts, like I was just buying all sorts, like water purification, fire starter stuff, and like I had so much crap that a couple years back I was re-going through my bags. I was like, I don't need all this stuff. Like there's like I already have a ton, and here's even more. Like it was at the point where it was like weighing me down, so I was giving it away. Yeah, just Grail. I'll have to check them out. Grayl. I'm actually pulling them up now. My fucking mouse will work. Grail. Grail water purification. Okay. Oh, these are like basically like thermos or like shaker cups and stuff that have built-in water filter. Okay, that's cool. Jesus, $100. Well, that one's not bad. That one's $90. 15% off discount. Woohoo! And those are just their tumblers and stuff. Yeah, I don't want tumblers. I got so many tumblers and stuff. Just got a Nalient IM400 EDC flashlight, 4,000 lumens. Jesus, $54. That ain't bad. Wonder how long the battery life is at 4,000 lumens. I mean, shit, that's like, hi, here's the sun. I got a screaming deal on these little things. These are Cascade Mountain Tech lights. These are 1,000 lumens, and I mean, these things are amazing. I got a bunch of these on sale late last year because Walmart was having like a clearance rack, like they were clearing out a bunch of their sportsman stuff. I think they're like reorganizing that section, and I got like 4 or 5 of those for $3 a piece. I was like, oh yeah, throw a couple in the car, throw some in some bags. Like A plate carrier, you'll have water if you ground your pack. They're expensive, but working that into you. A plate carrier, you'll have water if ground. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, as I said, I got to go through again everything because I usually go through at least once a year, usually twice a year, just kind of go through my packs, take out any old crap that I don't need anymore or anything that might be outdated from like medical standpoint or food standpoint, and I replenish it. And as I said, I just haven't done that since I moved here. Um, so it's about time. It's about time. But it's just finding time to do that now because during the week I'm working a bunch of crazy hours and I'm on the chats, and then on the weekends almost always I'm up north. So uh, who knows though? Maybe one of these Sundays or maybe like Sunday or something while I'm going watching potentially Halloween. As I say, if I don't go see it Saturday, maybe I'll do it. So, but yeah. So I really hope Bjorn has good luck with that rifle. I think getting that epoxy in there is definitely going to make a world of difference, especially as you clamp it on that one section. I think it'll hold up fine. Think it'll hold up fine. But yeah. Trying to think of what else here. A plate carrier. You'll have. No, that's fine, Bjorn. That's all I have. It's honestly it depends on what you're looking for. And it depends on the client. I mean, we have a lot of clients nowadays that some of them will state that they need to see a bachelor's degree. We are seeing a rise in that again, which is weird because for a while you didn't see that. Like people would just be like, "Oh yeah, it's nice to have," but they don't really need it. Um, we are seeing a slight rise on that, but it really depends on the industry. Like your tech industries, yeah, they're going to want to see a bachelor's degree or they're going to want to see a lot of experience to make up for that. As long as you have one or the other, you're fine. Um, Grumpy Bear says, single guy or do you have a lucky someone? Potentially. We're working on that. So we don't know what our title is yet. Did you hear about the daycare in Allentown that had I'm assuming carbon monoxide, not carbene monoxide poisoning today? I did not. Jesus, I hope everyone's okay. I gotta look that up now. Allentown's not, well, it's about an hour north, depending on traffic. Oh, let's see. Carbon monoxide. Jesus. Let me see this. Children workers rush to hospital. Carbon monoxide leak in Allentown daycare. That does not look like a small daycare either. 24 children and several workers to the hospital. Jesus. Initial call was for a child that was unconscious. Fucking A. Well, it looks like they're all in stable condition, so that's good. But that could have been scary. I mean, that is scary still. You know, I wonder how it leaked out. Uh, that's shit. I was say there's no carbon. Oh, there's no carbon monoxide detector in the building. Well, that's a big no-no. Pretty sure you're supposed to have those. Yeah, so I have a feeling there might be some sort of suit happening there. Well, I'm just glad everyone was okay on that aspect. But what do I use for a cook system? So again, it's I have multiple cooking systems. Depending on the environment and what bag I grab, because again, it was one of those things I just kind of when I was going through a crazy stage, just buying anything and everything. So I have little portable camper stoves that you can hook up to like a bottle of propane, all different size propane. I have different adapters for the different size bottles. And you can just, it's like I have a single burner camp, like it's literally like this big, and it folds out, and you can put, hooks on top of the smaller propane tanks, or you can get like a hose or like a connection, hook it up to a bigger tank, and then just like place it on a rock or whatever. So there's different options with that one. I have the little like folding stoves where you can like put wood and stuff underneath, start a fire that way. What else do I have? I have a couple actually different like folding stoves that you can put like over a fire. I have hang systems, so you can build like a tripod over a fire and then hang a pot from them. Dwayne Christensen says has 2 hours of life on turbo. That's not bad. At 4,000 lumens, that ain't bad at all. Jesus. I'm assuming it takes like 0, 1, 2, 3 batteries, or any jobs in manufacturing. I don't have anything on my desk, but I can, as I said, I'm happy to connect and see like what type of manufacturing you're looking at, get some details run down, and share your profile with the rest of my team. Because there's over 50, actually, I think we're up to like 55 or 57 recruiters now for my company. So, and so I have a couple colleagues that work strictly in manufacturing, more plastics than anything, like plastics manufacturing, but they dabble in other stuff as well. So happy to have a discussion with you, and just kind of dive down everything and see what we have that might line up. Yeah, as I said, Grumpy, I have a bunch of like small little stoves and stuff like that, and then I have different pots and pans. Like I have some like Dave Canterbury stuff. I have some other. I don't know why my throat's so dry. I have some other cookware stuff. Honda, I sent you a leak, Honda. It's all good, man. Yes, I did. Well, depends on most recent. I haven't checked for probably 12 hours. I think the last video I watched was like 8 a.m. this morning, and it was promptly taken down. So I haven't seen anything since then. But the one that was posted this morning that was promptly taken down was, yeah, it's just fucking whatever. That's all good, man. Deal with your shit. We're only going to be running this probably for another, honestly, maybe 10 minutes, because I got to deal with some other stuff actually tonight. Actually give the potential lady a call and see how stuff's going on with some stuff going on with her life. And then plan out the weekend, get some details on that. So, yay, fun. Love planning shit. Not. It's sarcasm if no one noticed that. But yeah, actually, now you got me curious, which I hate. I'm pulling it up now. I'm going to see. Oh, let's see what type of. I'm just curious as to what type of crazy we are dealing with. Maybe crazy is not the right word. I don't know. But let's see. I watch way too many YouTube videos on my walks, or I listen to them is more or less what I have. I have them usually going in the background because I have my earbud system. So usually I'll throw my phone in my pocket, walk around, have it going off, and just kind of chilling. So people are testing Honda's patience tonight. I have a feeling people like to do that a lot of times. Which I don't understand why. Like, Jesus Christ. Fucking A. Well, if it's what I think it is, it looks like. Oh, yeah, I see it 49 minutes ago. God damn it, what the fuck? I mean, I think people are able to put together two and two. I don't have time to deal with it. It's like I'm not actually worried about anything he says as incoherent ramblings, but um yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that because I don't want to feed the bear anymore that's already been fed. I think people have said their piece, said what they need to say. Um Obviously more can be said, but the more you say stuff, the more it just stokes that fire and causes more of an issue. It's one of those situations where it's kind of best to just let the fire burn itself out. I don't know who's testing your patience. I I don't know. Grumpy said people are testing your patience. I assume he was making the assumption because you said that you were dealing with shit that people are testing your patience. Um, yeah, okay, yeah. So you thought you might be at work. Yeah. So, but yeah, I don't understand the concept of pushing testing people's patience in general because unless you want to start shit, don't go pushing buttons. That's all I gotta say about that. It's kind of like how I try to live my life is don't push buttons unless you have to push buttons. And a lot of shit won't flow your way, or less shit will flow your way. But yeah, yeah, you say your piece and just let sleeping dogs lie. You've said what you need to say, and you move on. And that's kind of where I'm at with that whole situation. Is again, I expect stuff to keep firing up because people are craving attention, and I'm not stoking that fire. Okay, let me check and see. Okay, here's this light that you sent me. Oh, literally, it's like a keychain light. Holy shit! How the fuck are they getting 4,000 lumens out of a keychain light? That's insane. Oh, it looks like it's chargeable. Okay, so it looks like you charge it too. Well, first off, I want to say, Dwayne, fuck you, because now I'm gonna have to go spend money. I have a feeling. God damn it! I don't need it. I technically don't need it, but it is nice to have. Like something that would be nice to have on. Occasionally, I'll do morning walks. Like usually once or twice a week, I'll do a very early morning walk instead of going to the gym. And so around here, like the main street has lights, obviously, but the route I take, I don't just like walk down the street then come back. I actually like cut off through like the suburbs and stuff, like the side streets. And granted, everyone's asleep. Like very few people are out and about moving, but it is nice to have a light sometimes because there is some more dark lit streets and like if someone has their dog out or something like that. Like I want to be able to spot like a creature in the bushes or something like that if I need to. Or it's good to have a positive light on you. I have like a little shit light, but it's no 4,000 lumens. Streamlight and Black Diamond are your go-to brands of light manufacturers. Yeah, I think is it a Streamlight on? I think I have a Streamlight. I think. Pretty sure it's a Streamlight. Yeah, yeah, it is a Streamlight I have on my nightstand gun. Jesus, that's horrible. I don't even know what light I have. I got it in a deal, and when I sold a shotgun a couple of years ago in Arizona, and got some money plus the Streamlight for it. And it was a beat the hell like pistol grip shotgun that it was cool, um, but yeah. Sorry, brother. I just got that. No, just got that. Nothing I got compares. Yeah, I'm gonna. I mean, for what you said, what was it like 54, 59 bucks? That's not bad at all for something like that. That's a very solid light. Or at least it sounds like it. I mean, I can spend that money to. Probably gonna have to wait till after the weekend, just in case I go a little too crazy. But after the weekend, um, I definitely might throw one of those on order because that's cool. Especially again, being like a key chain size, like that's so. I really wonder how the hell they power that thing. But uh Well, guys and girls, if you're watching, I have no idea. That being said, I think I'm gonna wrap it here. Um, but I want to thank everyone that came, showed up, participated in the chat, gave it a thumbs up. If you come later on and listen, oh, of course Duke shows up now. God damn it! I was just wrapping up the chat, and you
My bad. My bad, man.
so good. We can keep it turning and burning for a little bit, but I
I
just
went
got to be on my phone, so let me go do that real quick here. But what's up?
okay.
What's new? What's happening?
Just chilling, man. Just chilling.
Just
Just
living the good life.
yeah, living the good life. What kind of topics you got tonight?
Oh, not much. We just kind of like ran through some. We talked about some stuff about like EDC, lights
Hmm.
and things. We talked about some
Are
gun
you a light
repair.
on
We
your okay? Are you a guy who believes in a light on your gun or a light separate from your gun?
so for like my nightstand gun and things, I have a light on
Mhm.
it.
Right.
For oh, I got your text. Yeah, we just talked about that actually in the chat. Um,
Okay.
yeah. So for my I'd take the hoodie off. It actually got they decided to turn the heat on here. Yeah, so for my nightstand gun, I have a light on it. For
Mhm.
my EDC, because lately I've just been carrying my little LCP here, there's no
Mhm.
light on this. Light is separate. Now that I'm going into winter time and I can carry a bigger gun, I've debated on carrying a light with it. Honestly, though, 9 times out of 10, just because it adds so much more bulk to the gun, I usually don't. Usually don't. Occasionally I will if I'm wearing enough layers. And again, I have to get back to used to winter attire and stuff like that again. So I have to get back in that mindset. So I might throw in a light again, but we'll see. As of right now, I typically keep it separate on my EDC stuff. Now again, like stuff in the house, if I'm doing, and of course we lost Duke. But to answer for everyone, see, Grumpy, you said tell him to look outside, and he disappears. He gets scared. Um, but yeah, to answer for like EDC and like any of my guns on like kits or something like that, I have lights on them. Of course, my long guns that I'm gonna go to long gun wise, light on the gun. But yeah, so well, we'll see if Duke jumps back in. Uh, up here. Sorry, I know this is super riveting. So, but if he doesn't show up in the next like 2 3 minutes, then we'll definitely call it again. Perfect Duke timing. Oh, hold up. I got something in my private chat. Oh, okay. He said his kids need him, so he had to run. So, alrighty. Well, that being said, um, your Osprey light. Osprey. I don't know what the hell Osprey light is. I was debating on picking up some of those O lights, but I've heard like mixed things on them. I have the Streamlight TLR8 for say a G19 or small 380, a TLR6, but I have my Streamlight HLX2. Yeah, like yeah, like that. I think it's, and I forget all the different light like nomenclatures. I have a TLR3, I think, on my nightstand gun. Um, but yeah, just for my small, like little subcompact stuff. Because again, during the summertime, I'm usually either carrying this LCP or I have a Taurus 85 that I'm carrying. Like those are usually my go-tos, and you can't really mount a light on those. And there's really no point because again, usually I'm wearing like basketball shorts and like a cut-off shirt. So yeah, um, so is what it is. But again, with wintertime coming, I'm going to start wearing coats again, obviously, more layers. I've actually, to speak to last week's chat, I'm looking at getting a new, better EDC gun, like more subcompact, like G26 size ish. So something like that, especially with the models they have now, like the P365 or the whatever, the ARX. Like you can add lights to those, so we'll see. Oh, you're back.
Oh, sorry. If you're gonna end it, I'll let you go. I'll see
It's
you.
okay. Yeah, I'll
Or
see you.
I'll see you over
Hey,
Brave Trust.
but yeah, everybody, I we're gonna wrap it here, but I really do, like, bottom of my heart, appreciate everyone that subscribed, you know, liked, came in, conversed, and yeah, if you have, again, topics that you want to discuss for next week at all, um, are you looking at the 1.56? Oh yeah, so like not the single stacks, but not the double stacks. They're not out of the picture. I'm kind of looking at everything in that group pricing range. It's just I got to get my hand on some stuff because it's not something I ever looked at in the past. Because being in Arizona again, it was warm all year long, so pretty much all I ever carried the entire time out there was my LCP or my 85, or like once in a blue moon I'd carry like my P10. But now that it's different environment and I have to deal with like fall and spring where it's kind of that medium, like could be hot one moment, could be cold the next. Like I need that more middle size something. So yeah, keeping my options open. But anyways, guys, we're gonna end it here. As I said, thank you all. If you have topics, feel free to put them down below. Shoot me a message on Discord, whatever. And I'll see y'all likely next Tuesday. Pieces.